We're reviewing the 2023 NFL schedule. We're going to go week by week and pick out the good games, the primetime games, see whether the league chose the right matchups for primetime games, holiday games. And so much of this depends upon, well, who's going to be good. And we're at training camp the first couple days, and there have already been injuries. Joe Burrow went down with an injury. Jalen Ramsey went down with a potentially serious injury. So it comes down to health. How healthy are these teams going to be? Will they have their star players? Assuming that they are, let's get into this. Week 1, the first game, Thursday night, Lions and Chiefs. Chiefs rightfully get the first game to kick off the schedule. They're hosting it as the reigning Super Bowl champions, and they get the Lions. The Lions ended well last year. I mean, there's no question about it. And they're going in the right direction, but you got to ask yourself, is this too much too soon for the Lions? Are they really worthy of being in this game? I don't know. I tend to say I think it is a little too soon for them to be picked in a matchup. They should be at least facing a team, the Chiefs, that was a playoff team. It's interesting that they picked an NFC opponent, and it is a very different opponent, so it was a creative pick. It's telling you that the league believes the Lions are on the rise, and if I was going to pick playoff teams right now, I would probably pick the Lions to get in as they could get in as a division winner possibly, or a wild card. I think they have a very good chance. And you're going to find out really fast about the Lions in week 1. And you don't want to overreact to week 1s, but you have a lot of time to prepare for a week 1. Going against Patrick Mahomes, are you a real contender? Can you play with them at all? Or how much work do you have to do? You just don't want to get blown out. So you get to see where you're at right away against the best. If you're the Lions, if you're the Chiefs, I don't care who you're facing. You're going to believe that you're the superior team, that you're the favorite, you're at home, you have the best player in the league. Overall, I think it's a good first game of the week for the entire schedule. Jared Goff, though, is a very inconsistent quarterback. We'll get back to that when we actually do a official week 1 preview. But I think it's a good first game. The rest of the schedule, I honestly don't think it's a very good week 1. Look at the morning games. Bengals, Browns, interesting. But outside of that, there's not much of any interest except for the 49ers and Steelers. So I think those are your 2 morning games. Bengals, Browns, 49ers at Steelers. 2 of the most historic teams in NFL history. Teams that had 2 of the great dynasties. The Steelers in the 70s, 49ers in the 80s. Not to mention a great uniform matchup. We'll get into the quarterback situation also in the week 1 preview, but that's really all I see in the morning. And then the afternoon, Packers at Bears 125. Now, I have to say, it is a relief that for once it feels like we're getting a season without the Bears at Packers, Lambeau Field, Sunday Night Football. Who wants that game on national TV? I mean, it has been a guaranteed Packers win for years. And you see a lot of scheduling change with the Packers now that Aaron Rodgers is gone. Afternoon games are better. You got the Raiders against the Broncos. You got Garoppolo in his first start against Sean Payton's Broncos now, and how they're going to rebound. Eagles at Patriots. I like Dolphins at Chargers because I think there's going to be a lot of fireworks in that game. High scoring. On the turf, too, in Los Angeles. Rams at Seahawks. This is a test for the Rams. Are they going to be just a mediocre team? Could they be a bad team? Can they be competitive at all? A lot of experts like the Seahawks, and I like the Seahawks too. The Sunday night game, Cowboys at Giants. Of course you got to get the Cowboys. I'm just shocked that it's not in Dallas. How could they not schedule this one in Dallas? So that's the only reason to me it's a little better that it's in New York. And interestingly enough, you got New York games with the Giants and the Jets back to back. Sunday night, Monday night. And for me, that is the best game of the week one schedule. Bills at Jets. Aaron Rodgers' first game. So now that I look at it, it's not a very exciting week one. I'd say it's an average week one. Finishing off with the best game on the schedule, Allen versus Rodgers, and not that this game's going to determine the division, but the Jets could make a serious statement with a win, with a week one victory there. Let's go to week two. Week two, Thursday night, Vikings at Eagles. The Eagles could have a dominating win. What else do we have? We have Ravens at Bengals, Seahawks at Lions. Again, that could be an actual playoff matchup there. Chiefs at Jaguars, 10 a.m. Pacific. 49ers Rams, which is an ownership. And then you got Jets at Cowboys. I mean, that's the one that NFL's just salivating over. It's a CBS game, not a Fox game. That's surprising. Sunday night, I don't like the choice for Sunday night. Dolphins at Patriots. Monday night, we got two Monday nights, week two, and they're both divisional games. Saints at Panthers, Browns at Steelers. I really don't know. And the Browns could be good. I think if Deshaun Watson looks like the player he was a couple years ago, and he's learned the system in Cleveland. To me, the Steelers are just an average team. Week three. Thursday night, week three, Giants at 49ers. Well, you have two playoff teams, and it's not just a boring divisional matchup. I do like that. Kicking off week three. What else do we have here? We have... It's a bad week. Let's just be honest. It's a bad week of games. Double Monday nights again, and it's a couple of these Monday night games. You got two Monday night games, and it's The Eagles at Buccaneers. I mean, that should be an easy win for the Eagles. And then Super Bowl rematch from 2 years ago. Rams at Bengals. Ugh. Okay. Week 4. Lions at Packers. Again, can you mix it up? I don't like indoor football. Can mix it up and make it Packers at Lions? No. Interdivisional game, morning game here, afternoon there. Dolphins at Bills. It's looking like one of the better matchups we have on the schedule. Okay, the juicy game is the Sunday night, and thank you for making the Sunday night. Chiefs at Jets. Mahomes versus Rodgers. They've never played against each other. We finally get to see it, as long as they're both healthy. Monday night's a good one. It's Seahawks at Giants. Otherwise, pretty boring week. Week 5. Jaguars at Bills could be good. Giants at Dolphins. Cowboys at 49ers. Sunday night. Rematch from the divisional round. You have a couple good games that week. And some of these teams, to me, there's a lot of parity. There's a lot of mediocrity, so I feel like I'm saying the same thing over and over again. Week 6, you have Broncos at Chiefs. Well, if Russell Wilson starts looking like the old Russell Wilson and Sean Payton gets the team back together, it could be a decent game. Seahawks at Bengals. 49ers at Browns. Eagles at Jets. Giants at Bills. Cowboys at Chargers. That's a better week. That's one of the best. That's probably the best week so far. Week 7. Nothing standing out so far until you got Chargers at Chiefs, Dolphins at Eagles. Okay, a couple good ones at the back part of the schedule. Monday night, 49ers at Vikings. I just don't know about the Vikings. You know, they've lost some players, and to me, they're a fringe playoff team. They may get in as a wild card. We'll see about the Lions. Week 8, still adjusting to that. I can't say we're almost the halfway point. Well, now there's 17 games for every team in 18 weeks. Jets, Giants, New York. Browns at Seahawks, potentially good game. The Bengals at 49ers. Week 9. Dolphins at Chiefs. Should be some high scoring in that one. Seahawks at Ravens. Cowboys at Eagles. Bills at Bengals. Chargers at Jets. Okay, this is an intriguing week. Week 10. Packers at Steelers, great uniform matchup. I just don't know if it's going to be much of a game. It just seems like, again, two average, middle of the pack, or in the Packers case, below average team against an average team. 49ers and Jaguars. A Lions at Chargers, Giants at Cowboys. Okay, week 11, middle of November. Bengals at Ravens. It's a divisional Thursday night game, but that should be a good one. Jets at Bills, the second game. Seahawks at the Rams. But Monday Night Football Super Bowl rematch. There we go. Eagles at Chiefs. Okay, week 12, the Thanksgiving games. And this is where I always start pulling my hair out. Packers at Lions. Is this the first time in my life where the Packers are going to the Lions on Thanksgiving in Detroit and they may be the underdog? I think so. Considering there have been a fair number of matchups between the Packers and Lions over the years on Thanksgiving, whether it be Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers, they're always the favorite against the Lions. Are you kidding me? And this is the game, the second game, that I have a serious problem with. So you have actually all divisional here. I'm looking, you have Packers at Lions, you have Commanders at Cowboys, and you have 49ers at Seahawks. You have all divisional games on Thanksgiving. They're all NFC teams. I'm surprised they do that. All NFC teams. And I just have no interest in the first two games. I mean, the Packers are no longer a big draw because they don't have a Hall of Fame quarterback. The Lions are better, and they usually pick a better opponent for the Lions to face, even though historically they are bad, the Lions, because you have to have a reason to watch the game, even though at the same time you say, well, with how big the NFL is now, you don't necessarily have to do that because people are just going to plop down and watch any NFL game. But usually the NFL picks a better opponent for the Lions because you're not going to watch for the Lions. And then they give some cream puff team that for the Cowboys just to destroy. They give them a average team at best because, hey, you got to make the Cowboys look good. And when it comes to the Cowboys, you got to see Jerry Jones smiling in the booth. You got to see the Cowboys cheerleaders. And then you've got to make whoever the Cowboys quarterback look as good as possible, whether it's Romo or Dak Prescott. The Commanders. Come on, how boring is that? The Commanders. I thought the Giants, the Giants weren't even supposed to be all that good last year. They were better than expected. And I'm not saying the Commanders are the worst team in the league. They're not. They could be okay. They could be average. But could we get a team that was at least a playoff team? Like, if it was me, could they have made it the Jaguars in the AFC? Could they have made it the Seahawks? Someone that would push the Cowboys a little bit? No, the Cowboys almost every year are the favorite team. They probably are. I mean, if I went back and actually looked at the schedule, we'll do that sometime. But I get really frustrated with these afternoon games in Dallas because so rarely does the NFL really want to put a real competitor out there or even an equal to the Cowboys when it comes to talent. 49ers and Seahawks. Okay. Clearly the best game. And it's going to be intense. The 49ers are loaded. They're a true Super Bowl caliber team when it comes to talent. And the Seahawks had a strong draft on top of being a playoff team last year. And That's not just going to be some casual game. And you know what? As much as I like, as much as I want to say San Francisco is a great environment for games, it's okay. When you have a game up in Seattle, now that is an environment. It's going to be crazy. 49ers Seahawks. Then you have this Friday game. Dolphins at Jets. 12 p.m. midday on Friday. Okay, I'm for it. And that's a good game. Is there anything else on the schedule though? Okay, there sure is. Bills at Eagles. Not a national game, but the Sunday night game. Ravens at Chargers. I do like that game. So we got 3 good games on the schedule there in week 12. How about week 13? Now they have Seahawks at Cowboys, and the Cowboys get back-to-back home Thursday games. The Seahawks also get back-to-back Thursday games. Okay, here we go. We got 49ers at Eagles. Possibly game of the year. That's one of those games on the schedule. You could say game of the year. You know, it bothered me when I'm looking at the Sunday night game. I wanted Chiefs at Cowboys, or I wanted Chiefs at Packers for years. Mahomes and Rodgers at Lambeau. It never happened. Now you get it with Jordan Love. Screw you, NFL. Bengals at Jaguars, good Monday night game. Week 14, getting down to the home stretch of the regular season. Seahawks at 49ers, Bills at Chiefs, Eagles at Cowboys. Couple good ones at the end of the week 14 schedule. Week 15. Jets at Dolphins. Cowboys at Bills. Eagles at Seahawks. Ravens at Jaguars. And then the Monday night is Chiefs at Patriots. That's one of the best weeks there. Maybe is the best week right there all around. Good games at the end of Sunday and a decent Monday night matchup. Week 16, we got probably a Christmas game. We got multiple Christmas games. We'll get to that in a moment. Bills at Chargers Saturday, December 23rd. And we have a light Sunday schedule. Cowboys at Dolphins is the only interesting game to me. And then Christmas Day, they got 3 games. The NBA has to hate this. Raiders at Chiefs. Okay, the Chiefs are going to win that game. Mahomes versus Garoppolo. Here's a little secret. Mahomes is going to win that game every time. Giants at Eagles. Good, not great. Ravens at 49ers. Okay, I'm a little biased as a 49ers fan, but you got Lamar Jackson running around against the 49ers. I call that good entertainment. So the 49ers are playing on Thanksgiving and Christmas. So I know what's going on my holiday schedule. And then the final 2 weeks, week 17, Thursday, Jets at Browns. Saturday, Lions at Cowboys. New Year's Eve. Do we have anything good on New Year's Eve? Dolphins at Ravens. Bengals at Chiefs. Here's a head scratcher. Sunday night, Packers at Vikings? I don't get it. I don't get it. Help me out here, NFL. That's the last scheduled Sunday night game. Week 18. Obviously, you have divisional here. Bills at Dolphins. Chiefs at Chargers. Besides that, it at least right now at this point does not look like a interesting week 18, but we'll see which divisional matchups may decide the divisions themselves or the wild card, who gets in with the 3 wild card spots. So that's it. We'll look at these week by week, as I'm planning to do a week by week preview, and it'll be a lot of 49ers, but we will talk about something more than the 49ers. We'll look at the other important games, and then we'll do a wrap up post game or post week show. But I'm excited. Who isn't excited? Who's a football fan for these games? As I've really come to appreciate the NBA. I just have not been able to get into MLB this year. I really haven't. And I've been turned off by a lot of the changes that MLB has made. I do like the pitch clock, though. I'll say that. I do like the pitch clock. It does help. But there are so many other issues in baseball that have turned me off to the game. We only have a week from today is a Hall of Fame game. I'm not going to watch much of that. I don't watch a whole lot of preseason football. Won't be long now till we're previewing week 1.